You aced calculus. You strategize 3 moves ahead in every argument. You can debate philosophy at 2 a.m. and still sound intelligent. But somehow, you just bought a $400 jacket you'll wear twice because it was on sale. Or maybe you're still paying minimum payments on credit cards while your savings account collects dust. What gives? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Intelligence and financial wisdom are not the same thing. In fact, sometimes being smart makes you worse with money. Your brain, that beautiful problem-solving machine, has some serious blind spots when it comes to cash. And those blind spots? They're costing you way more than you think. Today we're diving into why brilliant people make baffling money mistakes, and more importantly, how to stop the cycle. Let's get into it. First, let's establish something. You're not alone in this. Studies show that doctors, lawyers, and engineers, people with advanced degrees and high IQs, often make worse financial decisions than people with average intelligence. Why? Because smart people fall into specific psychological traps. Your brain operates on 2 systems. System 1 is fast, automatic, emotional. It's the part that makes you buy concert tickets the second they drop. System 2 is slow, deliberate, logical. It's the part that should be managing your budget. The problem? System 1 is running the show way more than you realize. When it comes to money, even the smartest people default to System 1 thinking. We're all dealing with the same evolutionary wiring that helped our ancestors survive the savannah, but is absolutely terrible at handling modern finances. Your brain wasn't designed for credit cards, compound interest, or cryptocurrency. It was designed to grab the ripest fruit before someone else did. So when you make a dumb money move, it's not a character flaw. It's biology meeting capitalism. And capitalism is winning. Let's break down the biggest reasons smart people fumble the bag. And yes, we're calling ourselves out too. Reason 1. The intelligence trap. Smart people are really good at rationalizing bad decisions. You can justify anything if you're clever enough. That $8 oat milk latte? It's an investment in your mental health and productivity. That subscription service you haven't used in 6 months? You might need it eventually. That impulse purchase? It was actually a strategic decision based on future value. See what happened there? You're so good at building logical frameworks that you can convince yourself any spending is reasonable. Researchers call this motivated reasoning. You're not analyzing the decision objectively. You're reverse engineering logic to support what you already want to do. And because you're intelligent, you're really convincing, especially to yourself. Reason 2. The busy brain paradox. Smart people often have demanding careers, complex social lives, and brains that won't shut up. All that mental energy gets spent on work, relationships, existential questions about the universe. By the time you get to managing money, you're running on fumes. This is called decision fatigue. Every choice you make depletes your mental resources. So when it's time to meal plan, budget, or comparison shop, your brain just taps out. It's easier to order takeout again, swipe the card without checking your balance, or ignore your investment portfolio entirely. Financial decisions require System 2 thinking, but you've already used up your System 2 energy on everything else. Reason 3. The status game. Let's get real. Smart people often tie their identity to achievement and status. You worked hard to get where you are. Maybe you have degrees, titles, recognition, and there's pressure, spoken or unspoken, to look the part. This manifests in lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, so you upgrade your apartment. You land a promotion, so you deserve that luxury vacation. Your peers are driving nice cars and wearing designer clothes, so you should too, right? It's called keeping up with the Joneses. And intelligent people are especially vulnerable because we've been conditioned to compete, to signal success, to prove we've made it. But here's the thing. Wealth is what you don't see. The millionaire next door probably drives a used Toyota. Meanwhile, the person with the flashy lifestyle might be drowning in debt. Status spending is a trap that smart people fall into because we conflate achievement with consumption. Reason 4. Overconfidence bias. You're smart, so you think you can outsmart the market. You read some articles, listen to a few podcasts, maybe watch some finance gurus on YouTube. Suddenly, you're convinced you can time the stock market, pick winning investments, or get rich quick with crypto. Studies show that intelligent people are more likely to exhibit overconfidence bias, especially in areas outside their expertise. You're used to being right, used to figuring things out quickly, so you assume financial markets will bend to your intellect. Spoiler alert, they won't. The market has humbled Nobel Prize winners. It will absolutely humble you too. This overconfidence leads to risky investments, frequent trading, and ignoring basic principles like diversification and long-term thinking. You're playing chess when you should be playing the slow, boring game of consistent saving and index funds. Reason 5. The "I'll figure it out later" mentality. Smart people are problem solvers. You've gotten out of jams before. You crammed for exams and still aced them. You've pulled all-nighters and delivered under pressure. So when it comes to money, there's this little voice saying, "I'll deal with it when I have to. I always figure things out." Except money doesn't work that way. Compound interest doesn't care about your last-minute brilliance. Debt doesn't wait for you to feel motivated. Retirement savings can't be crammed the week before you turn 65. Financial security requires consistent, boring, unglamorous habits over decades. And that's not sexy or interesting to a brain that thrives on novelty and challenge. Reason 6. Emotional spending. Intelligent people like to think they're rational. But money is deeply emotional. You're not just buying things, you're buying comfort, identity, control, validation. That online shopping spree after a bad day? That's not about needing new shoes. That's about soothing anxiety. Smart people are often perfectionists, overthinkers, high achievers. That comes with stress, burnout, and a need for release. Spending becomes a coping mechanism. It's a hit of dopamine, a moment of control in a chaotic world, a way to reward yourself for surviving another week. And because you're intelligent, you've built an entire narrative around why this spending is justified. But underneath, it's just feelings. Okay, so what do you actually do about this? Here are some moves that work, even for smart people who think they're above needing basic advice. Automate everything. You can't rationalize your way out of automated transfers. Set up automatic savings, automatic bill pay, automatic investments. Remove the decision entirely. Your future self will thank you. Track your spending for 1 month. Not to judge yourself, but to see patterns. You'll be shocked at where your money actually goes. Awareness is the first step to change. Implement the 48-hour rule. Before any non-essential purchase over $50, wait 48 hours. This breaks the impulse loop and activates System 2 thinking. Most of the time, you'll realize you don't actually need it. Separate your identity from your spending. You are not your job title, your car, or your apartment. Success is not measured by consumption. Redefine what achievement means to you, and it probably shouldn't involve debt. Get a financial accountability partner. Share your goals with someone you trust. Smart people hate admitting they need help, but external accountability works. Find someone who will call you out when you're rationalizing bad decisions. Educate yourself properly, not through get-rich-quick schemes or market timing tips. Learn the basics: budgeting, compound interest, tax-advantaged accounts, index funds. Boring beats brilliant when it comes to money. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing from this video and implement it this week. Just one. Automate your savings. Track your spending. Wait 48 hours before your next impulse buy. Start small. because small, consistent actions compound just like interest. Your intelligence is a gift. Don't let it sabotage your financial future. Use it to build systems that work even when your brain is being difficult, which, let's be honest, is most of the time. Look, being smart doesn't mean you have all the answers. It just means you're really good at convincing yourself you do. And when it comes to money, that's dangerous. The smartest financial decision you can make is admitting that intelligence alone won't save you. You need systems, habits, and a whole lot of honesty about your psychological blind spots. You need to stop outsmarting yourself and start working with your brain instead of against it. Money isn't about being clever. It's about being consistent. It's about boring discipline over brilliant schemes. And yes, that's frustrating for people who are used to thinking their way out of every problem. But it's also liberating, because it means you already have everything you need to succeed. You just have to get out of your own way. What's the dumbest money decision you've ever rationalized? Drop it in the comments. We're all here learning together, and trust me, you're not alone. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe for more content on understanding your brain, your behavior, and how to make both work for you instead of against you.